man. Hey, you had one heck of a game, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, you were just you were leading the way tonight. Got a few stats if you want to look them over as we're looking. You're also on camera right over there, so we're getting your pretty face looking in here too. But if you want to look, it's kind of, you brought that right there. You had your 17 points. Man, that was a great experience. So tell us what some of the strengths that you had tonight and how you felt comfortable taking those shots.
Honestly, for the last couple of weeks, Coach has been telling me I need to pick it up a little bit more, knowing that I was injured. I've been working really hard in practice, and today it just showed. My teammates were able to get me in spots where I was just had to hit the shots, and I shoot every day. So it was just rhythm.
That is, and that's one of the things that Coach Henson was saying in the pregame show was he was not holding any of you back.
Yeah.
And he wants you to get out there. If you see the shot, he wants you to take it. And you did rain some heat down out there, and I really like that. This was that defensive battle.
Yeah.
That's what we really saw tonight. Both teams, both of y'all were really bringing it as far as shooting.
Yeah.
But it came down to defense. So tell us a little bit about your defense, what your strategy was to corral some of these guys.
Before the game, Coach told us it was going to be a defensive game, so we kind of wanted to be aggressive. We know who the shooters were. Well, in the second half, we know who the shooters were because the first half they were shooting us lights out. But I feel like we did a good job to get some big stops down the line, and it kind of stretched the lead for us. And I believe that's how we got the win.
That's it. And for Crowley, probably right there at the beginning of the game, Bodie Bowden, their number 33, he brought down three-pointers instantly. And so I think y'all picked up on that going into that, definitely into the second part of the first half. But you kind of shut him down. He didn't really see a whole lot of shooting
in the second half.
And y'all came aware of that, definitely. And then, but the thing was, some of their other players, They came up. Caleb Wade, he was starting to step up a little bit, but you could see the intensity that y'all had, both teams, and it was going to be that battle of the defenses.
Yeah, I mean, we were ready for war, so we're going out swinging every time, win or loss. We here to fight, and hopefully we get a championship through our work. We grind every day. Coaches on us every day to be great, and we're just going to work to be great.
That is excellent. That's what we want. And you've got a couple of more conference games coming up.
2 more, and a promised playoff game.
And then we're going to the playoffs, and we're going to see what great things that y'all keep doing.
Yes,
man, it's great having you here.
Great to be
here. All right,
you
got any final words for us?
Go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs. That's what I like. That's right. All right, well, we're going to get your... Hey, man, you had a lights-out game tonight. It seemed like every time you hit that corner, you were raining some threes down. Tell me what your strategy was tonight.
Honestly, the thing was shoot every shot with confidence. That's what the coach tells me. That's what my teammates tell me. I've been in the gym all week. I tell them all the time, don't worry, guys, I got y'all. Just look for me in the corner. I'm going to knock it in, shooting with confidence every time. If one don't fall, the next one's going to fall. So just all about trust and having confidence in my shot and everybody that believes in me that knows I can shoot the ball.
Oh, yeah, you definitely can shoot the ball. We've seen that all season long. All right, no doubt about it. I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, and here's the final stat sheet for you, for all of us, you brought in 19 points. You were the leading scorer for our guys tonight. And you had the confidence, and I loved how you say it. If that first one didn't make, you knew you were going to make the next one. You definitely knew you were going to make the next one. But you know what? Both teams, as we already said, y'all were lights out shooting. It came down to defense. And y'all really brought the intensity from the start. Full court press, half court press. Y'all brought that in. So tell me your strategy on defense and what you were looking for.
Honestly, with defense, just like it goes back to what Coach tells us, stick to our defensive principles, whether we're full court press, whether we're in man or half court zone. Just trust the principles. Don't try to go off on your own and do your own thing. Just trust what we do in practice, the principles. Trust your teammates and knowing that they got your back, and just play hard, play tough, and just leave it all out on the floor until the next guy comes in.
That is truth on that one. And you guys brought it. It was a hard-fought battle back and forth until y'all really took command into that second half of the second half. You stretched that lead out and you never gave it up. It was very interesting that first half. It was a back and forth. The whole first half was back and forth in your, who was the lead, who was not, who was raining the shots, who was getting the fast breaks. And so you guys were doing that in the second half. Y'all took command of it, and I was very proud of that. So any final words you got?
Honestly, just last game on this home floor, it meant the world to not only me but every single senior. Also the other guys, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. We thank them in the locker room as well. Playing on this floor, we take a lot of pride in wearing that CBC across our chest, Mustangs. It just means the world that we're able to go out on one final win on our home court. But it's not over yet. We still got a ways to go. So from the bottom of my heart, go Mustangs and just keep it pushing.
That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, well, we're proud for you. We're expecting even more things in the next couple of conference games. How about that?
All right, sir.
All right,
go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs, man. We'll see you. All right. Great intensity tonight. You were spot on. It was a defensive battle.
Yeah.
Both teams were shooters, but it came down to defense. Really, it did.
Yeah.
And so tell us what it looked like from your side over there.
Well, I thought the first half we were just kind of lethargic and kind of going through the motions defensively, and we weren't, as I always say, and it's on the back of a few guys' shirts, heating them up, just letting them be a little too comfortable. So I challenged them at halftime to come out, do a better job of defensively about being engaged, specifically on the ball, and then, knowing the scouting report of who's shooters, who's not shooters. And I thought they did a better job in the second half of figuring that out. And, it obviously helps when the offense is rolling and guys are knocking down shots. And it gives you energy to go on the other side of the floor. And then you got guys that, typically don't play a ton of minutes or they don't shoot a lot of shots and then they hit a shot. It's good to see that, especially, at the end when Angel hit a three.
Oh, yeah. The whole game was cram-packed for excitement. I mean, no doubt. From the get-go, from the first shots that both teams had. I mean, y'all identified. I mean, obviously the hot hand right there in the first half was Bodie Bowden for Crowley Ridge. And y'all started seeing that. I noticed that the boys, hey, I'm getting more in his face, not giving him those easy shots. And it was back and forth in that first half. It was kind of hey, this is going to be an interesting game all game. But then moving into that second half, I think you geared him up, you heated him up a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
to come out with intensity.
He was 3 of 5 in the first half, and he didn't even get a shot off in the second half from the three-point line. So our guys, I told them to take it personal. When they're allowing guys to just get comfortable and rhythm shots.
Right.
But more than anything, obviously we got the win. I'm just super proud for these seniors.
Right.
And like I said at pregame, like everything that they've given to me and given to this program in such a short amount of time. Like I can't ask them much more. Like that's what I was just talking to a few of their parents. Like when you take a job and you walk into something, especially super late like I did, you never know what you're walking into from all different aspects. But to have two pillars to start with on the varsity and Dalton and Devon that were like, Coach, whatever you need from me, I'll help you with to get this thing going in the right direction. And then the other guys jumped on board, and then I'm really proud of our guys that they're really taking ownership the second half of the season, specifically after Christmas on the defensive end. That's been kind of who I am, and I appreciate that the guys are starting to catch on to that, because if we won't win a conference tournament, like that's what it's going to come down to. And we got a short turnaround in 48 hours to go play the number one team in the conference on the road, probably on their senior night as well. So it's going to be a short, good feeling, and then we got to flip it real quick and have a mindset to go try to win one at Columbia.
Well, you should have a good feeling. Just everybody contributed. Any of the guys that got their hands on the ball, took the shots, made it, and that was in both of the guys that were just talking to me now. Said how they felt like they had the freedom, and you've already expressed it to them. Hey, I always feel confident taking my shot. Even if I miss that shot, I get to take a second shot at it, and so you could see how every player came out. And if they had the shot, they took it and they made it, and they contributed well. Yeah, you had some high scores there, but they all did that. And of course, right there at the end of the game, probably the funnest highlight is for Angel to come out and to bank one off the glass for a three-pointer as a senior. That's so much fun.
Yeah, and something that my father taught me in the leadership role is to make sure that you instill confidence in people, especially when things aren't going their way. You got to be able to see it quickly and pick them up. Right. And I try to tell my guys, like, don't hang your head because you missed one shot. Like, hit the next one. And I'm going to tell them to shoot it, and I'm going to tell them they're going to hit the second one. So they're not focusing on that miss. They're focused on seeing the ball go through the rim. And like you said, those guys were saying, play with uber confidence. And I'm super proud of those guys to be shot ready and to bang down those shots. And hopefully we can keep that going into Saturday.
That's what we're expecting. We expect that strong strength and team effort right there on Saturday. Great job tonight. Proud of all your boys. Proud of you and your coaching staff doing phenomenal for these guys.
I appreciate it. We appreciate you having you on board. You got to come around a little bit more often.
I'm gonna have to. We got to get me hip here now. All right. We'll talk to you later, Coach.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a great one.
You too.
Go celebrate with those boys.